So what I want to do is I just want to congratulate myself for having a great time for myself, and I see straight away how I feel. I feel that my life is nice and beautiful, and what I want to do is congratulate myself. So now I'm doing greater. I'm doing greater now. I'm learning very quickly about success and individuality and being able to grow myself and being fond of myself, really, in terms of being fond of myself at least, to grow myself differently. So 5-2. I'm learning very quickly about the differences of art and differences of persuasion and being able to help myself to have a great time. So I put F. So it's more how I feel that my life is different. It's a different way to live life. And my life is different. So what I'm understanding now is I have a new type of way of life over here. I have a new way of living. So what I'm doing is I'm enjoying myself in the process of what I'm doing, and I can move on to greater ways of thinking and greater ways of doing life. And that's how I see life now. I see life differently. So if you understand straight away how I feel, I'm learning very quickly about my life. Je kažem da. Je kažem da.
Ej, evo ti ovo pismo na adresa Trevana Street, evo ti teta Mira priča.
Say hello to Mira.
So you've got stuff from Centrelink that comes still to this address.
I see, yeah.
So your dad's got that letter, you can take that with you.
I see. I thank you, Teta Mira. I'll go to the post office. I'll give them this.
Okay.
I thank you.
Alright.
So I'll just give them this Medicare stuff in terms of the
Yeah.
address. So that's what they're looking for. Anything in terms of letters that come to my
So
address.
have you still got your computer open?
I see, yeah.
Okay, go back to the screen. So give your dad his phone back and call me. I'll call you on WhatsApp.
I have no worries. I have you. Ja ti kažem, evo ti ovaj telefon, pošto Teta Mira će me zove na drugi
Ok,
telefon.
bye.
Bye.
See, so guys, I'm just learning over here that I have a statement over here that is nice and beautiful for me. That is actually working out for me now. So, since I'm actually doing life over here, I'm doing life in a different way. And I'm learning very quickly about how to get my passport. Now, since I'm actually getting my passport, I'm learning the differences of art. Ja kažem da. Ja kažem da.
Ej, evo ti od ambulans isto.
Ja, ambulans isto. Hvala. See you, Teta Mira. See, yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. So let's have a look at the screen again.
See, let's have a look. I'll just do this. I see, so my dad gave me the ambulance thing as well. The ambulance.
Okay.
I see ambulance invoice. See?
Okay. But it should be something from Centrelink.
I see
There
something.
should be another.
I see, so it says over here.
Do you, your current address? Yes. Okay. So
I see it's
Go
more
next.
property.
utilities, bills, internet. Property. What's the other stuff on the other side?
I see it has
Bank account,
Water.
property.
and insurance and registration papers and lease agreement property and internet and gas and bank account statements and utility bills and home insurance papers and motor vehicle insurance papers, and property rates notice, and utility bill telephone, and utility bills with water, and credit card statement, and gas, internet, and property lease agreement, and motor registration. In terms of motor
You don't
registration,
have any of those.
I have none of those.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I can try to go get myself bank account statements.
Yeah.
So
you haven't. Just hit next. When say I don't have, and then hit next,
so I don't have, and I have next.
and go next. What does it ask you for? I
see it says a referee. See, I'll confirm the I see over here it says to qualify the referee must meet the following requirements. I mean they're saying to have a referee who can vouch for me.
18 years or over. You can put me in as your referee.
I see, yeah. I see this is a guarantor, but also my
Not
GP.
be related by birth or marriage.
I see,
I'm
yeah.
not. Not be in a de facto. Yep. Okay. Not. I can't read the next one.
I see the de facto, so
Not the same address. Yeah, that's fine.
I see I have
Known
known
you for
for at
12
least
months.
12
I
months.
have.
And either hold a current unexpired and says either hold a current unexpired Australian passport issued within at least 2 years validity.
Yep. Yeah, that's
or
fine.
be registered
Yeah.
on an
Yep.
electoral roll. I confirm the referee
And
meets the conditions described above.
yes. Yes. I declare.
I declare.
And see the other one. Also,
I declare.
the other box.
I declare that I have obtained the consent of my referee to include their personal information on this application.
Okay. Name.
So name, so family name is
Mirror.
Kunyach.
Kunyach, yeah.
And Mira.
Yep.
I'll take it to Mira.
And put female.
So female.
Yeah.
So date of birth.
12/10.
So 12/10.
12th of the 10th.
So 12/10.
1961.
So 1961.
Country of birth, Australia.
I see starting. I see type of address.
Residential address, 32.
I see 32.
The Boulevard, THE.
See THE. Bull.
BOU.
BOU.
LEV.
LEV.
ARDE.
ARDE.
And Lilyfield. Just start typing LILY.
I see LI. LY. I see, here it is.
Is it down there? Yep, that's it.
I see now it's confirmed. I see
Okay.
select proof of identity document.
So what is it?
I see referee has personally known me for a period of years and months. I see years.
Okay,
So how long?
18 years. 18 years.
So 18 years. And I say proof of identity, which is Australian passport or electoral roll.
Australian passport.
And I say over here, I say view sample passport image. See what's this?
Okay.
I see,
So what does it say? Family name.
I see it says Australian passport details. I see enter details exactly as they appear on the passport. I see view sample passport.
My passport.
I see, yeah.
Just give me a sec.
I say, yep.
Two of them are old. see. Does it give the option for birth certificate?
I see. I'm not sure. I mean, it was either electoral something, and it was either passport of your own. I mean, it was either your passport or something else, but it was never an option to do and birth certificate. So it's here. So
Electoral roll.
I see. Yeah. So electoral roll or Australian passport.
I found all my old passports. I don't know why my new passport isn't here. That's unusual. Because it should all be together.
I see. Yeah.
Attention. Electoral roll. It should be in this folder. It's almost like it's being stolen. Because it ain't here. Everything else is here, including my ticket when I went overseas last time.
I see. Yeah. I see. Maybe you left it somewhere.
I don't know where I could have left it. Unless, just let me have a look. To 2009. Let me just see if I've got anything from the electoral roll.
I see. I have no worries. See, so guys, so what I'm doing now is a little bit that way. I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning to help myself to improve. So I just done my last review for passport. So what I need to do is go and give them a nice amount for money so I can go and get my passport done. And so I can listen to myself over here to go and do my passport first. And what I need to do is find a USB. So I have to give myself a USB first. I have to talk it out with myself first to see exactly what I need to do to succeed. And it's more how I feel. So it's much more how I feel that no matter what, that my music is different, and I'm making different music regardless of the situation. And what I need to do is let it be. And I learn to help myself to go now over there. I have to go now to the place over there to get my nice and beautiful certificate in terms of my passport. So I go and give them everything as the documents. I have to sign the documents over here now. I have to sign my own document. So I'm learning how to fulfill myself and my dream over here of just enjoying myself over here to give. I have to give something. So I have to learn where my pen is over here. I have to see where my pen is. See my pen's over here. And I'm learning to grow myself differently. And what I need to do is sign my document over here. I have to sign documents regarding the birth certificate. And it's much more how people have to go through a process over here to get papers. And either way, I'm learning very quickly about what I need to do. And I'm learning how to go and grow myself regardless of the situation. So let's have a look over here. I feel that no matter what, I have to learn to grow myself differently. So I have to put my birth certificate in play and check. So I have to show them my birth certificate. So everything's done online these days. I see. Anyway, so registration number on my birth certificate. Let's see now. That's the registration number. The registration number is over here. So much more how I feel. See, include any letters. See, say 4, 5, 7, 1, 9, say 19, 95. The registration number said, over here, the nice and beautiful state is New South Wales. The date of registration. The date of registration has to be something where people can fulfill it. I'm just going to make them do it for me. I'm just going to make them do it for me, and that way I'm learning very, very quickly about how I need to go and grow myself differently. So as I go and do my life over here, I'm learning how my music is different. I'm learning quickly about life and about entering my way of life differently and doing something to improve my life with words. I have to go now to the store over there to just go and give my nice and beautiful time over here, so I can print everything off and do better. See, so as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to deal with life, but you must understand that what's the big deal about life is learning. That you have to grow yourself differently, and that you have to enjoy yourself when you most can. That's when you can the most. Learn how to persuade yourself to do greater, regardless of the situation, so that you learn something along the way. And what I'm doing now is I'm moving forward with my life, at least. I'm learning to grow myself differently, and I watch my eye over here. I have to come back to the eye always to communicate much more words. And as I come back to the eye and grab the eye, I'm much more able to communicate. So what I can do on YouTube is a great way of life for myself, that no matter what, that I see how I feel. I see it is all free, but I'm never a cigarette smoker, so I never need cigarettes. I'm learning quickly to penetrate myself to do greater, and you guys have to deliver content that's worthy of your attention. So learn how to grow yourself differently, and that way you're learning much quicker. And you have to learn something much quicker today than ever before to succeed differently, and you go through the process of never wasting time and learn. Learn something different. I would say if you grow yourself differently, and if you understand straight away how to do everything about your life, you always photocopy citizenship and birth certificate and leave extra room for improvement. Always this way. And photocopy always the citizenship and your birth certificate, so that you can go and do greater for yourself. So you understand straight away what I mean. I'm learning very quickly about my life now. I'm learning how I need to go and grow myself differently, and how I make money this time because of this life. I'm learning how situations are different. I see how life is different and how life brings me into a new state of trance. I'm learning very quickly about my life over here. So you guys must understand straight away how I feel. And how I feel is different. And you must understand straight away that if you're learning how to prosper, that you learn how to prosper with yourself daily, and that you're growing and that you're performing and outperforming people differently, and that you're easily using your nice and movable time to persuade yourself to do greater is what you must do today, and learn a bit that way. So make sure you guys are strictly using your time to grow, and that way you're learning very quickly about love and about helping yourself to deliver information. Which that's how it is. So I'm learning very quickly about life styles. I'm learning very quickly about how to perform and outperform myself. I want to show you something. Now, people want to rush you, so make sure you understand something. That you have everything you ever need with yourself, while also being somebody in the moment who grows yourself in different ways. And it's much more how I feel. I feel a lot of mistakes in my music, of course. And what I need to do is something different, regardless. So I'm learning how to never make music the way I made music, but to go somewhere different, to go do something different altogether. And that's how I'm understanding straight away how I feel. How I feel is different. I'm so thankful I never need a car, because even if I had a car, that car is definitely under $10,000. I mean, yes, and having a car never makes me feel rich. I mean, yes, and what makes me feel rich is where I want to be. So great health is what makes me feel rich. I mean, I feel straight away much greater when I'm healthier as a human being. So I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding to grow myself and to lift myself into different ways of being and love and fortune. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for a better way. I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life. I never eat fried food, guys, because fried food makes you fat. Because anything that goes into oil is fat, and you never need fat in life. I mean, every single time, just devote yourself to a greater way of living and a greater way of being, guys, and then learn. I mean, learn how to develop yourself, yeah? Hello. So anyway, so what I'm doing here is I'm learning to grow myself differently. I'm just learning to help myself to persuade life to go about greater ways of living and greater ways of doing, guys. I mean, you guys have to learn how to do that for yourself, so you can learn how to do it greater. I just want to say, guys, I'm ready now to just speak much more words into you guys, and I'm learning very quickly about how to open up to do my passport and everything. So I've been meaning to do my passport for quite a while now, for about a year. I've been meaning to do my passport. So I'm actually understanding something right now. You guys have to understand straight away that in terms of if I do anything to grow myself, I'm looking for a better deal. I'm looking for a better way of life. And I'm looking to help myself to succeed differently, and it does work out for me. So as I'm growing myself, I'm looking for better ways of dwelling upon helping myself to have that better attitude. So the better attitude I have, the better I feel, and it's more how it is. So I'm understanding straight away that if I grow myself differently, comparing it to now, I'm actually understanding straight away how I feel to go and dwell upon my life. So I just say passport, investment. I just gave $304 to have my passport done, which is just something I need to do as well. So for myself at least, I realized $11.50 went into food and drinks. I have $11.50, so food and drinks. So $11.50 went into food and drinks. So I have money over here, and I have money to live on. So I'm understanding straight away that I'm learning quickly about life. So what I want to do is help myself to elaborate that I've been feeling baggy. I've been feeling off touch with my business and everything. But I'm learning very quickly about how to study the game of art and how to persuade myself to understand what my popularity is going to be in life. And what I want to do is help myself to deliver information, services. So every single day I'm delivering more services to help people. So I'm helping people who never really want to be helped. But anyway, I understand no matter what, I'm helping anyway. I'm learning to become my best version of myself every single day, and I'm learning to become something much more in the making. So I'm understanding the passport is all done. I'm ready to receive the passport, and I'm learning very quickly about life itself. So as I really grow myself, I'm understanding that my nice and beautiful handbag over here, which is my bag, is a bit to carry, and there's a bit of weight on it. It's about 5 kilos to carry on board. And I'm understanding that no matter what, I have to carry it at Camino. And now, do I have to carry it at Camino, or actually, yeah, I have to carry my nice and beautiful shoulder bag with me everywhere, so I can do music and so I can do my life much greater. So it's just so it can be on me anyway, so I can carry it, so I can finish the dealing of life in a better way. So I'm actually understanding straight away how I feel. So how I feel is different, and how I feel is I need to go and dwell upon life much better. So what I need to do is help myself to grow, and that's it. Actually, if I help myself to grow, I'm learning very quickly about how to actually grow myself differently. And I'm looking for different areas of life to help myself to develop. So I'm developing my strategies, I'm developing my congestion of a better way of thinking, and a better way of doing, and a better way of saying. I'm doing something to help myself. And that's it. I promise you, if you understand how to help yourself and how to dwell upon life itself, and how to understand straight away how to feel through life, then you have to understand straight away how it feels to make sure that no matter what, that you're learning and growing yourself, and that you're helping yourself to have a great time. So no matter what, that for myself at least, I'm helping myself to go and really dwelling upon life. And I promise you, if I dwell upon life much greater, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life every single day, and I'm looking for better ways to think. So no matter what I do, so I keep coming back to the word I, because that's how I actually grow. I grow differently. I make sure every single day I'm learning how to love my life. Yeah, I need some lupo. Yeah, I need some lupo. So anyway, so I'm learning very quickly. Ja to nisam lupao.
A ko je lupio?
Ja nemam pojma.
Ima ptica.
Ja vidim ptica.
Ptica je udarila u prozor.
Kaže, eto ti.
Fuck!
So anyway, so as I grow myself differently, I'm looking at ways of life So I'm actually looking for way of interest. I mean, the interest of what? I mean, the interest of speaking my words. I realize now it's more, I have to book the COVID vaccines. I have to get myself a COVID vaccine. So I have to keep calling them, and I have to keep calling new numbers to get myself a new deal to COVID vaccine myself, so I can have that COVID vaccine before I go to Germany. And it's more how it is. So I'm understanding straight away how I feel to grow myself differently. So it's much more it's much more how I feel. But no matter what I do, I'm learning very quickly about how popularity is and how people are going about their life in popularity and what they do around popularity and how they go about it. I'm pretty sure though it's much more how it is. That no matter how popular you are, then you still have to go your own way. First, you still have to go your own way. So everybody's on their own path throughout life. But no matter what, I see my music skills now. I see my music skills tell me something different now. That I can see straight away what I can do. Is what I can do. So in music, definitely, I have to make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to dwell upon life. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to succeed differently. But I'm learning very quickly about I over here. So I'm understanding straight away that what I want to do is play my music. And I want to play my music via my portable speaker, while also just writing in regards to writing in silence with you guys and doing a greater way of life for myself differently. So I'm understanding straight away I'm looking for a better way to improve myself. So it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I have my beautiful way of life. I'm learning how to grow myself regardless of the situation. So it's more, I say it's more how I feel, so I can do greater. See, so for myself, guys, at least now I understand something. I'm doing my life in a different way. I'm doing my life in different measurements now. I'm learning to help myself to grow myself differently, and I'm learning very quickly about the art of persuasion and how I can really easily dwell upon life much greater. But it's more how I need to find the motivation always to wake up earlier and get up earlier and go sleep earlier and wake up earlier, so I can actually understand something. It's much more how it is. And what I need to do also is upload my content online. I have to upload my music content online into YouTube. And I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly. It's just the way it is, so I'll just move on. I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently and as I really do my life, I understand that there's something better I can do in terms of how I produce music. And it's a different type of way, but it's more how I create a nice and beautiful piece of music where it's going for long periods of time. And I make a 9-minute mix, so I can see from a 9-minute mix point of view how it sounds. And I feel that no matter what, it's much more how I feel. That's something that is nice and beautiful for me to do. And I learn something quick about life. That I'm learning how to help myself to deliver information services much quicker. I'm looking to help myself to indulge in information, and I'm looking to help myself to breathe much greater. But since I'm understanding that no matter what, that I really had asthma for a long period of time, I'm understanding that no matter what, that I may have to be on an inhaler for asthma, in terms of inhaler for asthma, and instead of for asthma but for I realize it's much more how I feel. Now I'm learning very quickly about how to grow myself differently. But if you understand anything about life and how I'm treasuring life and how I'm doing life much greater, then you have to understand that I'm trying my best to persuade myself to go and do a greater job for myself differently, and to make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning how to grow myself in a nice and beautiful persuasion party of delivering content. So as I deliver content, I'm looking for better ways to improve. So that's what I believe. I believe there is a greater way to do life, and it's the life of freedom. So for myself at least, I'm understanding straight away I need to be studying, and I need to be learning something, of course. I need to be ahead of the game in everything I do. So it's much more how I feel that if I'm just reading content, then guess what? Actually, I fall into categories over here where I can learn something from what I read. I can learn something from what I read. So if I read, I'm reading for something to learn about something. I'm learning something out of life. I'm learning how to grow myself, because you have to read all day long something. But if I produce content, it's something different. Or it's something different every single day. I'm producing content. But if you talk out more content, and if you plan more to talk throughout life, then you're going to learn how to talk much better. And then when you're talking much greater, then you're learning very quickly about something where you're understanding, you're trying your best to persuade yourself to talk much greater, and you'll understand straight away how it feels to have a great life. But no matter what I do, I'm learning very quickly that no matter what, that I'm learning how to grow myself regardless of the situation. I'm learning how to become the best version of myself. So what I do is I'm helping myself to retain information, and as I retain information, I'm looking for a better document. But I'm understanding how passport making goes, and I can always do it the same way now. I can always get my passport the same kind of way as I do, but I have to be in Australia for that. Or I can renew my passport online. Which there's a big difference now between it all and what I'm doing in terms of life, is having a greater way of sense of ability to understand straight away how I feel about life. And how I feel is that I need to go and grow myself differently, and I need to go and understand straight away how to talk much greater, of course. And that's it. Actually, now you must understand, I'm always looking for a greater way to speak and do life, so I can go and really, really enjoy my life. Actually, now what I'm understanding about life is very different. But no matter what I do daily, is I'm looking for a better way of orchestration. I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life. And I'm looking for better ways of improving myself as well. But I have a nice and beautiful dealing over here, where I'm understanding that no matter what I do, that I came close to conviction with Teta Mira, because she wants me to change my address to 6 Joanna Street, Busby. I never want to do that. I never want to do that for now. Because otherwise, the Centrelink starts making me go to work, the 9-to-5 job. So I'm understanding that no matter what, since that's the case, everything's nice and beautiful and everything's going according to plan. So I'm understanding straight away, and I'll have free time for the rest of the year over here. Free time to live life. But that's such a long time to live life like that. I noticed something about my life. That there's only so much time to be here in Australia before I go overseas. And once I'm overseas, life starts for me. But then on a central way, I have to come back here. I have to do something here. But it's much more how I feel. That no matter what, I never want to let myself down. So what I do is I mix and match. I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. And now, do I want to showcase my music to the world in terms of monographia? Well, actually, guess what? Actually, yeah, I actually want to showcase it. But it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, it's different, of course. And no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about my life over here. So as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to improve my life. I'm looking for something of strength. I'm noticing my life is moving away. I see my life is moving away into a better realm. I'm moving somewhere differently. I'm doing something different. I'm very quick to the notion over here to go and step up. I have to step up. I have to work on myself. I have to make sure that my life is moving forward. So what I do is I make sure I'm talking to you guys much more so I can find a way out. And what I do is I just go into the word I and I just start speaking the word I all day long. And that's how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly. I'm learning very quickly how I have no rubbish image in my life. And I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning how to become the best version of myself. And that's it. I should just keep going. And keep understanding straight away how you feel. And how you feel is doing life greater. And you have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel that life is going to penetrate me. And it's going to tell me to go to 9 to 5 to work, regardless. I have to because why? I say because I have to make events around town. I'm going the freeway anyway. And no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. That life is just like that. I mean, life is that. But am I living an average life? I ask Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ says no. I'm living extraordinary. I ask Jesus Christ why. I mean, Jesus Christ says because that's the way he is. I'm living a greater life for myself. I'm doing something far greater. I'm doing something in real time. I'm helping myself in real time. I'm helping myself in real time to help myself to do greater. And that's how I understand straight away how I feel. And I'm feeling my way through a better way. I'm learning how to understand straight away that no matter what I do, that I'm learning how to grow. I'm learning how to become much more successful. I'm just Jesus Christ only. I'm the word I only. I understand that's the way. And I follow Jesus Christ. And I'm understanding straight away that I'm Jesus Christ. And since that's the case, I'm learning that way of life. I mean, that's a full life. And you guys have to be able to demonstrate that. When you guys have to develop yourselves into the best individual that you can become, so you do a great way of life for yourself. And understand straight away that no matter what, the people are going to try and push you to agree with them. But you have to agree. I mean, just agree that it's just the way it is. And no matter what I do, I'm learning something different. I'm learning to become the best version of myself. But that's how you guys have to do it. I mean, you guys have to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of improving myself. And what's the difference between now and then? Approach the difference is words. Approach, did you say and speak more words today than ever before? So you have to understand straight away how you can feel your way through life. And you have to understand straight away that health is number one. So those who have health have the wealth. Actually, those who have health have the wealth, I promise you. Now, I anyway have to stick around my family members. I have to stick around with my family members. And that's it. I promise you now, for the next 30 years, I make music production every single day. I promise you, I'm bound to make music that escalates forward into something better. But I have to practice. Moving forward with my music. So no matter what I do, is I can go and create new melodies and new structures now and put another music track together. But first of all, I'm on a Graphia on my Not So Beautiful channel. It is my YouTube channel. And I focus upon helping myself to do that. And I live it that way. I focus on helping myself to deliver content. But if I understand anything, I'm realizing something now. That I'm learning to accustom myself to better ways of thinking. And that's how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that I feel I've been rubbish in music. But I'm learning very quickly about how to grow myself anyway. So as I deal with my life, I'm looking to help myself to penetrate a better way of music production. So I'm saying that no matter what, that I'm looking at my music tracks and I'm looking for ways to improve my actual essence of how I make music. So I understand straight away how to do what I need to do to succeed, but I need to push myself to make better music. And now I have to understand to make a 9-minute mix first. I'll make a 9-minute mix with a monographia, and is it something I want to play in my tracks and sets in nightclubs? So is monographia monographia something to play in nightclubs? Probably no. I feel it's just a chill track that you can listen to. I mean, why is that? Probably just the way it is. I'm learning very quickly to succumb to a better way of music production. It helps me to do greater. So I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what, I have to make better music now. And I'll never be that way. But is there something that you can just chill to and listen to? Probably yeah. Probably it's something that you can just listen to like this. Probably now a little bit that way. Probably although there's plenty of music production skills I need to go and do. But it's more how I need to create music. That's melody composition music. That's something that's going to help me move forward. I mean, I understand monographia is all the way through like this and going along with it, but the vibe is too slow. I have to boost up the vibe, I have to make it faster. I have to make my composition music faster, and it has to be a trance melody mix. So I'm understanding to make psytrance music now. Make psytrance music, and I move forward with psytrance. And I'm looking to help myself to deliver information that no matter what I do, I just upload it into my music section over here, and I just move up with what I'm doing. Regardless of the situation, I'm always showcasing everything anyway. I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm painting a picture that my music has to be more like a state of trance for me to accept it myself. And I understand straight away that I'm learning very quickly that I accept everything I do. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how my beautiful music piece of my monographia is something new, and it's something I can listen to on the go, but it's never something that's really for nightclub music, because it's just I understand, but it's something that I can listen to, and I can listen to it, but it's never quite there yet. I can sense it, I can see it. It's never quite there yet for me, but Adash Never Kill is quite there for me. I mean, why is that? Well, it's just the way it is. Well, it's just how I feel. I feel Zonify and Donatopia is there for me, and I can play that in my nightclub. I can play the whole mix of music in nightclubs, in terms of that mix. And I always can play a mix in the nightclub. So I have something to play in nightclubs right now, always. But moving forward, I understand something. I understand that my techno, in terms of techno mixes, It's something I can play in a mashup. It's something that I have to go and deliver quality to. And I have to go and make a mashup for myself over here to play in a nightclub as well. I feel that no matter what, that my music is very quick to the notion, and I see how people are making music, but no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to evolve. I'm evolving my music somehow differently, and I keep going the same pace, but I'm going and I'm doing a different direction now. I'm doing something different. I'm making sure that no matter what, that my music is going to lift people, and I'm learning how I'm learning something different, and I'm learning how to grow myself regardless of the situation. So for myself over here, it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I have to file for myself to have a great way of life, to showcase my music better. But as soon as it goes on Spotify, I'm pretty sure many people will never listen to it. Pretty sure that's why I move away from Spotify. Pretty sure I'm never even posting my music to Spotify. I'm pretty sure I understand why I post to Spotify my music. And guess what? Pretty sure it's more, I forget about Spotify altogether. I understand now, it's something different. I feel that no matter what, that as I go and grow myself, I'm looking for better composition music. And I'm looking to help myself to succeed differently. I'm looking to help myself to develop something new. I understand straight away that I can test out 3-minute music. And if I test out 3-minute music, that I realize something. It's more how I feel that I can do it. I can do it. And it's more how I understand something. That my radio show says something different. I have to go and do long music expansions. I realize how I feel. I feel different. I feel that no matter what, that as I'm learning and growing myself, that I'm learning very quickly about the notion of becoming much more better at what I do. So since I'm actually much better than yesterday in terms of my ways of being and my ways of doing things, I'm actually learning how to orchestrate myself in a better way forward. I'm learning myself the pronunciation of something more to be able to go and grab myself a better win throughout life. I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm learning how to emphasize something, that music composition is different, and you have to understand straight away that it's much more how it is. And no matter what, I'm learning how to have much more attempts at different ways of thinking and different ways of saying something and different ways of doing. And I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to increase my life expectancy, and that's it. I mean, learn how to never go back on your word. I mean, honestly, go back on your word. In terms of go back in your word I, but never go backwards. I mean, go forwards. I mean, if you're noticing anything about life, that you notice how to do your life much greater, and notice how you can actually find yourself much more attractive throughout life, where you can go and really help yourself to deliver information, services. Volunteer every single day. Learn how to grace yourself, that other people have done something that you haven't, and just learn that you're never the only one, but they have also never done your life either. Fortunately, they never had the chance to talk to the people that you two did talk to. I mean, they never lived your life, you understand? So move on. And everybody's different. So for myself at least, I'm understanding something. I'm understanding that I feel failure. I feel like a failure with my music production. But that's why I'm learning. I'm learning still. I'm learning to become the best version of myself regardless. And it's much more how I feel anyway. I'm learning how to grow myself. And what I need to do now is help myself to produce more. I need to produce more content. And now, every single time now, I'm looking to just deliver content that's actually worthwhile. I'm looking for 1 hour compositions of music compositions, and guess what? Actually, it's more how I feel that I'm almost there. But what I need to do is a 3-minute composition of music, and I want to grow myself differently, and then just let it be that way. I feel that no matter what, that if I grow myself with 3-minute music, that's too short for me personally, and I understand straight away how I feel. I feel different, but it's more how it is. Now I have to control myself and I have to lift myself and produce music that people want to listen to. And that's it. Actually, it's more how I feel. Actually, it's more how I need to go and grow myself anyway. See, it's more how I feel that I want to make something popular. And I understand how I can go and create all these remixes. But it's more how I need to test my strength and give money. I need to give money to perform different vocals. I mean, in a sense, so it's much more how life moves on. And life is moving on, I promise you. Life is saying, hey, I promise you, if you understand anything about music production, that you can also just deliver content and deliver your content and make sure you just make 3-minute music and relax if you want. I promise you, although I'm learning how to persuade myself to make long mixes of music because it's much better for me personally, and I learn more from the actual subject. I learn from that. But what else can I learn from this? I can learn something. I can learn to have much more appreciation about life. I'm learning to have much more of what I need. Next week I get my DJ deck, and it's much more how I feel that my DJ deck is something different and it's coming out, and I let it be that way. I promise you, it's more how I feel that I have a music studio, and I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to penetrate myself to have all these nice and beautiful ways of differences. And the differences of what? I mean, the differences of living my life to the fullest. And I'm learning very quickly about my scenarios that I have going on. So since I'm actually learning very quickly about my life, I'm learning to penetrate myself as something greater. I'm learning to do my life much greater. And that's it. Gosh, it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm looking for a better way of opportunities. I'm learning to understand how dogs just sleep on the grass. So why not? So anyway, regardless of the situation, I'm learning very quickly about my life. I'm learning how to demonstrate my life in freedom. I'm learning to make more music happen. And now, I'm never giving up on my music, but I'm far greater as a music producer now than I ever was. And it's not showing how I feel. Now I'm creating beautiful music. And now, because I did create some beautiful music, I have some masterpieces that I've done, that I've learned from. I've learned something from them. And I've learned how to go and deliver content quickly in different ways. But it's not sure how I feel that I'm learning very quickly about my life. So what can I do to change the quality of my music track? And now, do I want to change it? Probably, guess what? Probably no. Probably no. I feel that what I've done in terms of my music track is something that's helping me to keep going. But it's just something that never goes to a nightclub. Apparently, just something that never goes to a nightclub. But I feel that I've done is my best over here, and that's it. Not sure though anything else. Not no. Not how do I make nightclub music? Which that's the thing. So let's make a scenario where it's a festival music, like festival stuff, where I can make something that goes into a festival at first, and it has to be a festival sound at first. Because if it's never festival sounds at first, unfortunately now that sound there, unfortunately that sounds festival like. But now I was unable to make a festival like. But now that's because I was drifting away from festival like into beach kind of thing going. I understand straight away, so keep it festival like. I mean, keep your music like a festival. I mean, imagine that your music is at a festival somewhere, and that people at a festival need that pump of music. So da 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 da. I mean, you understand? So it has to be like that festival goer kind of stuff.